Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Before you take a look at the deck right here, just hear me out for a second, okay? So, I got a request to play Blood Money and a control style deck, and I started to put together something that was Devotion, but then I realized, like, I've already played with a lot of these cards recently, and I kind of want to do something a little bit rattier today, not gonna lie. So, I came up with a pile here, and I haven't done a no unit syndicate Madoc pile in a long time. I'll try and find the link to my previous one and put it somewhere on the top right, and you guys can see for yourself. The initial version that I did maybe about a year ago was it was with Pirates Cove when no one was playing it, and that deck was actually the top trending Pirates Cove deck on playgwent.com, so it was really cool. But this time around I wanted to be even more ratty, even less units, and go ahead with Blood Money here. So to kind of give you some example of why we put the cards in the deck, we have Oneiromancy just to make sure we draw the cards that we need, because we only have a couple really good plays in the deck. So if we don't get those plays, we lose the game. Professor is going to be good here just for extra control. Even if we don't get the bounty kill, it's still nice to have the control. If we do get the bounty kill, we can funnel the coins into either Jacques, King of Beggars, save for the tribute here, or of course just into Horson. We don't have many spenders, so use them wisely. And Jacques is one of our other big point swings, because beyond that we don't really have a whole lot here. Of course you want to go ahead with a Heat Wave and just punish the tallest unit or scenario that they've got. Mushy Truffle, because I need coin, we need coin, you know, money makes the deck go around here, so having coins for our little payoffs are super important. What's nice here is that it's not a unit too, so it kind of just sits on the board, and then we can kind of just go in with the Froth on the last turn and get some boost there to potentially win the game and spend our coins on the last turn. So you'll see some of that play throughout the day today. And Madoc, I mean, what would a no unit deck be without the king of no unit, Madoc? I mean, Milva's in town, but Madoc is the original no unit annoying card. And, you know, I got some complimentary bombs for it. One Banish and one Purify, couple Dire Meridians, and a Red Haze that we might see some value from here. Now, I wanted to be annoying and put in something like Puffball. This is just honestly trolling a little bit. But it does work in Synergy. If you're going to play this, you're going to do it with probably Syndicate more than often, maybe Nilfgaard, but Syndicate just gets a lot of value from it because we have the Fistex and we have the Fistech Traffickers. So if we're going to get a good Devil's Puffball, it's going to be in this deck, and hopefully we can pull one off for you guys today. So that's just something I threw in there. Now, Gord doesn't get super tall, but you know the drill. You've played Gord with Scoia'tael. You might even played Gord with Syndicate before. Gord just, it plays well for its provision still. Expected to be somewhere around 12-13 points when it's all said and done, and that just acts as another little point slam to help us out there. But all in all, this deck is pretty wild, and you know, even if you're not a fan of the type of deck and you wouldn't play it for yourself, it still makes for some good games to watch. So stick around for this one, and it's really such a good feeling when you beat an opponent using a meta deck with something as awful as this. So if you feel like experiencing that for yourself, I'll put the link in the description for you guys there, and let's get into the games.
My lads will make sure of that.
Man, you think I'd learn by now. I recorded 2 games, about 22 minutes worth of footage here with like the voiceover and all that, and then I look over at the other monitor and I see I didn't click record again. So I took a little bit of a break. I'm back, let's get to it. But the tilt was real. We got Casino Bouncers, we want to mulligan back. Obviously Jacques in round 1's not too good, and I'm a little bit concerned about the matchup because with Battle Trance they're going to have tons of tempo, and I honestly don't know how we do this. Like, I built this little pile because I wanted to play an abused red coin, but on blue it's going to be extremely difficult. So again, this game might not show it in the best light in round 1, but we'll go from here. And the problem with one of those is that if we poison the half-roo, they click it. If we bomb the half-roo, they click it. Either way, it's getting clicked. And I suppose that giving it bounty wouldn't be such a bad idea, but we don't have any spenders, right? We have the one tribute, that's about it in hand, so it's pretty bad that way. And that's something you have to be very mindful if you are going to attempt to play this deck. You know, you want to make sure that you know when and how to spend coin and when and how to profit. It makes sense to me, but at a general glance, it doesn't look like it makes a lot of sense. Now, we have the one half-roo that they haven't clicked yet. Obviously, them clicking it trades up, so we might actually consider taking that out right away. I don't think we go and poison the other one just yet or touch the other one just yet. Maybe just taking the second bomb wouldn't be so bad. It's a little bit slow, but it's pretty well all we have to do here. And it's looking a little bit like we might have to do the whole Savola play to try and get out of this round because we don't have much else. I don't know how bad that is because we do have the ability to play some of our other point combos later on. Like we can hold on to Mushy Truffle, we can hold on to, well, obviously Gordon deck, you know, Jacques, those sort of things, and a fair amount of specials in round 1, which kind of helps.
Not the likes of overseas plundering in springtime.
Now, in this situation here, I do believe I take the poison on the half-brew. There's an argument to take it on the coral, but again, if we poison the coral, they go ahead and they basically take the Burna anyways, and then that's pretty well all their discards. So either way, it doesn't really help us out too much. The only benefit is that they don't click it. So if I went back, maybe I would have went and put the poison on the coral. It doesn't fix the situation that we're in regardless, right? So we got 8 coin, kind of an awkward coin, because we're going to spill over if we play Savola. But we don't really have much choice in the matter, right? Like, we can't really play any other cards because most of them are going to be giving us profit. So I think we just play Cobb here and get that thinned out of the deck. Hopefully we pull in the better cards later on, and hopefully we can get out of the round without losing uneven. At this point, though, I just want to evaluate my options. So let's just play just enough to get ahead, because maybe they don't want to have Sunset come out onto the playing field, and maybe they're going to be passing on it, but just applying a bit of pressure through their thins. So something to keep in mind here. I think I have to respect that, don't I? Let's poison that. I think, like, if they were to keep playing, the right move would have been to obviously tribute out the Crow Clan. But if they were to pass, then obviously Professor would be a little bit too expensive. Here, I'm starting to regret that I didn't do it, because obviously they're going in for it. But that's a lot of points. Now, we can consider putting down Truffle for potential carryover, and we might be saved by Truffle actually with the Golden Froth, so I'm thinking about taking Truffle here. We might actually have to crank leader in round 1, which is really unfortunate. I'm just kind of looking at what the play's looking like before we do, like, go and do it. Yeah, we gotta take. So push it up there, and we just creep ahead. Such a bad spot to be in, but at least Giga Scorpion comes out on something that we don't really care about. We'll take the beggar for sure, and Cobb is carrying in this case, like, holy. Just go ahead and click the one time. Not Truffle. Again, Truffle's like our swing of hope here.
Travel makes one modest. Let's one see the bigger.
And so they just want to keep playing cards to get more cards at this point. I think we can capitalize on that turn a little bit. Just fill up the bank here, and that should get us ahead.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Poison out maybe the 2. And let's not do anything crazy here. Nice little pass opportunity for them. Why not keep the card? It's crazy. We actually got the pass we're looking for. So with everything that they've extracted in round 1, I don't see how we win along round 3, especially with like what's in our deck here. So I'm gonna see if we can pull off a miracle. Now, Mushy Truffle is like exceptionally good with the casino bouncers and with Jacques. So pulling this out right here is perfect because we could use it right away. And that's like putting almost 20 points on the board, right? Now, I'm thinking about keeping the other coin that we have for removal because we might want to get rid of maybe Crowclans or something of that sort. Maybe even the tokens here because they could froth those. And we know they played Giga, so there's a good possibility that they don't have access to another one. Like, I don't think they're doing like a rain hybrid or anything like that and can bring it back, so...
Sacrifices must be made on both sides.
Okay, so this turn tells me that we have a chance. And I don't know if you guys see the line here, but if we take Professor on the Coral, do it right this time. I'm glad we saved it here because it's a win condition. Remove that, we get the 6 coin back, and we can go and dump it on everything else. And I think we actually do put it on the Crow Mother here because if they use like a Mardrome, then they'll just kill it by accident, and kind of want to make it a little bit more difficult for them. Okay, we're up by 16 points. We know Gord's worth was at 9 or 10. That's not even great. But I think it might be enough. At this point, right? At this point, you might as well see. 35 to 10. 26 points they need. Okay. That's good. We like to see that. Okay. Let's go. And what's the leader do? I'm just sitting here with my fingers crossed. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright. You love to see it, guys. We 2-0'd an ex-medalist with a pile. Moving on to the second game today. Man, this is so satisfying. Okay. Onslaught's been taking over the ladder lately, so I'm pretty excited about this one. Nervous about this one, but I'm excited at the same time. Got bricks in hand, though. We want to dump back Jacques. We want to dump back King of Beggars. I don't want to pull into Madoc, and we don't want to pull into another copy of the Casino Bouncers. So, I also want to just mulligan that, because I don't think we're going to see it. And Cobb's going to be the last mulligan, don't worry. I wanted to keep Jacques there just because I knew we'd have... obviously a decent one in round 3. I wasn't as worried about having that. Pulling into the bouncer last, we would have honestly had it regardless of what we mulliganed first because it was the last one we took. So that's a little unfortunate. Another game on blue, guys. Holy crap. Now, the reason I don't play like the decks like this often is because you do get punished for them, right? You'll have some good little streaks and laugh about it, but the longevity is just not there. Like, especially if you're in the same MMR pool, once you've played against the same couple people, maybe, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's this guy again." You know, and know exactly what you're doing. I think part of the reason why we're able to do well with this deck is because they don't know what to expect. Makes it very hard for them to sequence and play around things that we have, but we know their strategy because we've played it 100 times. And yeah, another situation here where I think that the puffballs might actually not be as good as like a Payday, to be honest with you. Because having that 5-point removal, like, there's a couple instances here at the beginning of the game where that would have been ideal, right? Taking value off the boat, taking value off the raider, taking value off the ship in the back. Not as much important, but the front two definitely. And so, I'm thinking, honestly, guys, we're probably going to lose on even here. Like, I'm accepting that. Made up my mind. So, I didn't want to take away too much value from the back card from the Cataclysm, so there we go. We probably play one more turn here and then take as many coin carryover as we can and leave. So maybe one more bomb for Gord and just recycle the Madoc here, and then we can maybe just click our stratagem and try to get out with as many coin as possible. Don't touch Mushy Truffle. We saw in the first game that it actually saved us. Like, when Mushy Truffle is one of your win conditions, then, I don't know, it's tough. We're really depending on that little 3-to-1 round. And, you know, I find, like, although it's hard to basically, to win around 1 when we go first, it's not as difficult to defend a bleed. So I actually feel more comfortable playing into a bleed than I do just going first in round 1. So bring it on, you know what I mean? And we can prepare for that in future games too by playing like a Mushy Truffle here. So we don't kill that. We just go ahead, take the thin here, right beside Mushy, and then just keep filling that row, really. If you guys haven't played Gwent in a few days or a little while, you might want to log on this week if you care about like the holiday stuff, because they have an event going on, and when you win games you get little in-game currency that you can buy card backs and stuff like that. The one that they're using is part of the whole thing, so I just claimed mine today. But yeah, super easy stuff. They also have like player skins and avatars and stuff like that. They have one of my favorite card backs in the game right now. There's a blue and white one. They have like a cardinal on the back. And you see a lot of cardinals here in the winter, so.
Nose, mouth, any hole will do.
Okay, so we're 1 point ahead. Again, we can't stop it, but here we are. What's nice, though, is we can go ahead and take the tribute here. Well, we can go ahead and take the fist tech here to get the 7 coins so that tribute's ready. That's also a thing. I think we just Jacques. If I was to do this again, though, I'd probably put Jacques beside Mushy Truffle, like just to the right of it, so that the weaker tokens spawn to the right of Fist Tech Trafficker, and then that way we don't have to go too tall on the Jacques if that's all we have to click. But it's fine, honestly. Like, I don't really intend on using the points defensively. I would prefer just to use a lot of our points into damage, so it's one of those things. And what's nice here is that they did some of the discard stuff earlier, so we might actually be able to just get ahead with a Fist Tech, which would be huge. Yeah, you see what I mean? Okay. Still, Fist Tech and click, I don't mind. And it's not even that bad because we don't boost anything super tall regardless. And then we can just fill up the bank here. If they pass, we get maximum carryover, which is why I didn't click 2 more times. We can worry about that later. I'd rather spill over because they kill Jacques than give them a bigger Jacques anyways. It just seems like the smarter way to play this scenario. And totally taking advantage of the fact that Skellige is not running really any row punish right now, if you haven't noticed. Like past seasons, we'd see like a Hemdall or Gerd or Wild Boar of the Sea like teched in for whatever reason, but right now, not as much. And kind of just looking in deck here, seeing what we're missing here, seeing what we could pull into later. Heatwave's very good, Horson's really good, Savola's really good. I don't really want to spend coin. I might just want to keep Jacques alive though, just keep him at least a couple power, and maybe go and take, I believe, a Red Haze in this case, because like Turgvi killing off Burn as a pretty good red haze. Plays for 9 points here. Keeps us ahead even with the Jacques getting killed off here. And still a fairly comfortable lead. Like, I don't think that they have the ability to 2-0 us here. There we go. We got the pass we're looking for. And lots of carryover. Like, it makes me wish that I didn't click Jacques even twice. But, it was trying to preserve the other spender. Now, we pull in a King of Beggars. That's good, because we can mulligan that back here. Puffball's not what I want in this at this point. It's too late for Puffball. And we get another Puffball. So, that's tough. We're probably taking Puffball for 3 points, guys. Unless we pull off a really big finesse poison. But I still think that pulling Professor from deck's going to be more points. Seeing Morkvarg discarded is really nice here too. Now, I'm just doing a Fuchsia check. I don't believe we saw Fuchsia. The leader's fully spent, so that's not bad. Do we ever just Heatwave that and make them play another card? Because if we just kill it with leader, they'll Fuchsia it back, and I don't really want to play units that they can interact with, so probably just take the Heatwave. I'm just hoping they have like gutting slashes and stuff they're gonna waste, you know?
Sit at my table and let's drink.
That's pretty tall. To be fair, we've come this far without playing units. I think we have to keep not playing any units. I'm just deciding here that it's probably going to be Professor anyways, because they can Fuchsia the Morkvarg.
Who's next?
And I'll be honest with you guys, I was not expecting a defender. And that really creates a curveball, especially with the 6 armor. But here's the thing. We didn't have King of Beggars summoned out yet. So we could essentially go and take Professor, damage that, put down the Horson, and then kill it off. And with the bounty, we'll be able to get the coin back, which ultimately allows us to take our tribute and all that. So it's a long shot, but it's like really the only chance that we have. And it has to happen right here. It's gonna gain more armor after, isn't it? Okay, they actually helped us here. That's really good. I don't want to take leader because leader is going to make us over profit. We'd have to kind of spend coins and other stuff. This just seems a bit better. We spend down to 0 and just fill right back up to the perfect tribute. You see what I mean? And I might actually take leader here because they're going to be getting armor on something, and that'll actually get more value, right? It'll boost. So it might be the best leader that we can get in this match. And I think the damage has already been done. We don't need that anymore. And fortunately here, because that goes, Madoc gets an extra point of value. We can go ahead and click that. Savola on the back row. I'm pretty sure with this busted play, we've got the game. 29 to 14 here. What's it going to be, guys? The rain won't kick in. Plays for 11. That's fine. Big win. Moving on to the next game, we have double cross Nilfgaard. And why do we keep having to go first? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. See if we can pull off a puffball for you guys. Beggars go. I think we're just gonna do like a little poison round and thin and trying to get out. Really?
Bloody hate mages. Cheating's second nature to 'em. I shall not
Expensive.
repeat Amir's
But makes sense to
mistakes.
play that in round 1. Okay. So we can go ahead and poison that. That's a pretty good poison, right? Even though it's not an engine, it's still 8 points. Please play a 3 beside it. Wait, that's a really good haze. That's a really good haze, man. 10-point haze. We're getting such good trades for these crappy cards. Yeah, let's do it. Just so you guys know, I put out a Agent Swarm Nilfgaard deck like 2 days ago. Check it out. It's actually a lot of fun. You'd be surprised. It did pretty well. Had False Siri, had Emmer, Van Emmerus, all types of stuff like that. Okay. Do you see what I see? Let's go. Little board wipe. They took Madoc, but I don't even care at this point. We played most of our bombs. Like, I still have to find my way out of the round.
There's a nice ring.
So, that's a little bit confusing. The Sedacious Aristocrats are good, but the fact is, you can't really take back your spying units every turn with Emrys because you need devotion for that. So there's a little bit of issues with that particular way to play it. They're swinging. I don't know if we can actually make it out of this round. I think we try and poison that because that's the big strat. If they're going to go and play Operator, they probably have a lot of ways to get spying on our side. Yeah, I don't know, man. They're swinging. This is going to be tough. Like, we might actually just lose. Holy crap. And they purify it too. Yeah, we're in trouble. Here's the thing. If I play here, they pass on me. And then we're like 2 cards down. You know what I mean? 3 cards down. We're really in trouble. But then again, these are content games. So I don't care that much about the outcome. Like, it's just, you know, try something out, see how it goes. But at the end of the day, I kind of want to win. Winning's fun. Winning's good too. Just pass. There you go. Another loss uneven. You see the trend here, eh? So we kind of want them to push us. Based on our experience in the first couple games, we saw that we did better when they actually pushed us in round 2. Obviously, giving them, you know, giving us just a pass here is going to be probably better for them because they'll do better in the long round and they'll have an extra card. Bombs without Madoc, poison without poison match. We're missing a lot of good cards. These are pretty, oh gosh. And sure enough, they pass on us. Now, put down Truffle and get the carryover. That's probably the best thing we can do. I'm looking at the provisions they spent though, and seeing Brathen's operator, Yen, we got Fur Cart, you know, tons of different cards. Emir. I don't know, man. There's still hope. Gord could actually work because Yen was spent, but we know they're non-devotion, so they could have like a random heat wave too. Okay. It's not good. It's not horrible. Could put down Jacques here. Do we spend? I don't think we have to spend. I think we can probably just wait on that. We play around in assassination, all types of other stuff too.
A taste of
Do we ever just... Okay, we gotta heat wave that 100%. And if I was to go back, I probably would have just taken leader on that, because you know they get ugly really quick. But we also have the way to just remove it here with Horson, so one of those things to consider. And I don't mind spending the extra coin than what it actually takes, because we know that it's just going to get to like 15 points. Ever since the double ball days, like, I've been haunted by those cards. Sure enough, another lock, okay. We have a bomb for that. Now we can just start playing a little slower here. I'm kind of hesitant to go ahead and boost either of those locked units because I don't know if they're running Vincent, and I don't know if they're running Hjalmar because they have quite a few locks, so I don't really want to give them extra value, so I'm sort of taking my time with that. Now, I respect Glynis. Yeah, enough to blood money. It adds up pretty quick. I think we just take poison here for the coin. Like, there's not really anything else I could do. I kind of want to see if we can get engines with the bombs. Holy crap.
So, how are things?
That's not fair. They're ruining my Savola play. If they pull Savola, we lose, man. You know what I mean? If they pull Gord, it's not horrible. But Savola is like lose condition. I'm just worried about Vincent. We'll see. 1 in 6 is not like crazy odd, right?
That's a nice ring.
So they put that down. I'm thinking they're probably going to coup after, but again, let's take our time. And again, another situation where paydays would have just been so much better than these stupid puffballs, but it's fine. Alright, we know what's coming next. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose. So that's the thing. We play the card, we see.
No one can stop the salamander. No one.
Hopefully they grab crap, please.
no one can hide from me.
Okay, that's not bad. It does play into the beggar, but it makes actually the beggar a pretty good tribute here. We just don't have any way to spend those coins. I think I want to put this on the back row. Just, yeah, we'll boost with Mushy Truffle. Something that doesn't have like a status on it that's too tall. And sure enough, we take the game. Let's go.
We do what must
Man, I gotta love games like this. And the last one of the day, we're moving on to Guerilla Tactics. We have Scoia'tael. This is going to be another one of those meta decks, probably with Milva and Saskia and all that. We've been seeing a lot of that this season, so how can we deal with something that doesn't play interactive as well? Especially when they have more points, I think. You know what's really nice, though? I think it's our first game on red. I think it actually is our first game on red. take a routine bomb here. There's a lot of text in for Madoc because I guess everybody's playing Milva. That's an issue for us though, because Madoc's a pretty expensive card, and obviously we get a lot of value from it with this deck. So hopefully if you guys do try this, you're not running into a lot of Madoc matchups. I think we just take another bomb here. We're still ahead. We're just responding to what they're doing. Pretty much everything they're going to be playing is an engine of some sort, so... And we want to look for a pretty good opportunity to play the horse in, because we get one turn with it before they're probably going to go and push it back, and then we won't be able to use it anymore. So there's consideration here to kind of get our coin up with Fist Tech first. Simlast is kind of nice to see here. They're looking for something proactive. And they have a Dragoon, so probably going to see Milva here if they have it. And second card's what, a Sentry? Okay. So I want the Sentry gone. That's a fact. That's not even a bad puffball. We can puffball the 2. Maybe see if they play something on the other side of it first, right?
You see? You must hold it in your seat like that.
Okay, that's about as good as we're gonna get it here. I would say we take. And if we do get a pass, I'm down to just play Horse and crank it. It's enough points. We just really want to get this round, and Horse in this matchup's pretty bad. Okay, good. So we're gonna take it by 1 point, basically. That's about it. So I don't think in this matchup we want to bleed. I think we just want to pass here, look for round 3, nice long round 3, have the round control, and basically sort of just keep responding to what they're doing. Especially with King of Beggars here, we don't want to play. Just showing you guys what I need from this. I really want Mush Truffle, Professor, and Jock, and then we'll be fine with that. This could be like the first matchup too that the Gourd actually pays off, because we do have the last say, so that would be one of the things that I consider playing into it. That's fine. So Beggars is obviously something we dump away. Or the King of Beggars, rather. Might actually tuck away the other Beggar, though. And Red Haze is kind of questionable. And Puffball's questionable. We already have 2 poison cards, so I think that 3 is a little bit overkill. I just think that Haze has a bigger ceiling here potential than, let's say, Puffball. Now, I'm hoping Saskia doesn't pull a whole lot. Obviously, we're not making it any easier for ourselves if we're clearing the board like this. I really wish there was more of an option of what we can do as far as using maybe a puffball to get to Saskia, but it requires a bit of setup that we don't have access to. So in a perfect world, we'd have like the horse enabled to stay, and we'd be able to use it that way. But at least we can get some good trades here. I think we just don't play cards. Yeah. Poison that, so if a sentry comes out, it's actually adding value to our poison.
Qcento and Shay.
Now, we do get a pretty good haze, and I'm glad we kept it. Poison the Cat Witcher. I'm looking at potentially using our leader on the Pyrotech. Heatwave's pretty good too. Once you see a boost like that, you gotta maybe respect that. It's probably gonna be the best Heatwave get at this point. I don't think they're running Sabertooth. Would have been probably better if they played it by now, so... Sad Gourd. I don't know how much longer we can sit back from not playing units, guys. It's actually getting kind of hard. We probably just play this here.
Next week.
Take out the poison just in case they're waiting on a Purify or something. And I'm stacking back row because they're stacking back row, and it tells me that maybe they put in a Gezras or something like that. So we have to be careful with that. If I start putting on front row, then we're going to get in trouble. And they have a lot of removal tools, which is making it really kind of frustrating, I would imagine, for them to use their leader. We're gonna have to take something like this, though. Now here's the issue. I don't really have any alternative spanners just yet. I mean, King of Beggars will come down at the end, but we kind of want to see if we can keep it maybe out of the range of, like, making a bomb without a leader charge. So we'll do that. Yeah, that feels good. And we have ways to get back the coins, right? So I don't mind spending more than from 7. 6 is fine. We fill right up with the other beggar if we need it. That's a lot of points. So I'm thinking that they might actually have like 3 specials in hand. So I kind of want to get rid of that because I know that if you leave it untreated, it gets ridiculous. So there's consideration here to actually click a couple times, take leader on the Whisperer, and just go about it that way. I think it's our biggest threat right now. Because if that gets up to like, you know, 3 additional copies or whatever, we're in a lot of trouble. And I'm thinking about taking the tribute here. Just because we could play around like making a bomb and stuff like that. And now we don't have to be as frugal, we can just go ahead and spend all our coin. Fairly comfortable lead at this point, but let's not get too comfortable because they still have full leader and the same amount of cards, so anything can happen, we know this. They have 2 engines on the board too. They'll just play to the right of the matron and go about it that way. Heatwave hurts.
I'll be a household name before long.
I don't think I spend here. I have a bad feeling about it. I'm gonna wait till the very end to spend. I don't trust it at all. We don't want to set up for like an Igni or a Scorch or anything, any sort of like another Tall Punish. And the fact that they haven't touched our spender tells me that they're actually preparing for something here. So we put that down so we can maximize the amount on range roll that we're going to be getting with the Froth. And I think I'm going to wait with the spend. If you guys enjoyed the video though, make sure you drop a like, comment, let me know what you think, and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. We'll be back with another video tomorrow, and I'll be playing something a little bit more serious than this, but this was fun while it lasted, guys. We came back, we got the big win. Let's go.